So please, Alexander, tell us the story about how Magic started and how it became poker. Texas Hold'em.
Well, I started playing Magic very early in its history because the game came out in 1993. I started playing in 1995. So I was 17 at the time or something like that. And at first, like, there were no there was no tournament scene or anything like that back then. Like, you just played because it was fun. I had played some Dungeons and Dragons games. Like, I loved RPGs at the time. I loved the fantasy setting of D&D. And when I saw some people playing cards with dragons and stuff like that, I just I loved it, and I started playing with them at a local gaming store here in Mexico, right? So, like, a year passed, like something like a year after, like, I what I did is I went to this mall, to this like small strip mall where the gaming store was it, and we just played with each other. We just had fun and like played multiplayer games, nothing competitive. And then that's when the game started coming out with like professional tournament, regional tournaments, and there was a national tournament, and they started the Pro Tour in 1996. And actually, the first time I played a qualifier tournament, because they had like the Pro Tour had like four stops a year, right? Like four different cities with a big tournament on them. And so, in order for you to have like the access to play at the Pro Tour, you had to win a qualifier tournament, which they were held around the world, and I mean around the world, because Magic's been played in a whole lot of countries from the beginning of the tournament scene, like in Europe and Asia and stuff like that. So the first time I played a qualifier tournament here in Mexico City, it was for Pro Tour Dallas in 1996. I actually won that, and I went to the Pro Tour in 1996. Um, I actually didn't do well at it. Of course, I did not. But I had so much fun, and like the game is so good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you see like you take a look at all the other big TCGs like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, those are huge. And by the way, there's a new one just came out, the Disney one, Lorcana. Looks great, but all those games, you kind of like just shuffle your cards and you draw your hand and you just like start playing your things. You know, like you can play any kind of monster or any kind of Pokemon. But in Magic, the thing is that you shuffle your resource cards in with your action cards, and then it's just like the luck of the draw, whether you get to cast your spells or not. And I think that gives the game like such a big advantage over everything else out there, like because you have from the deck building standpoint to the strategy and your ability to play the game to the luck of the draw, because sometimes you're gonna lose games just because you didn't get like a good draw, or like your opponent just like he lucked out, you know what I mean?
I got a
But
question for you. How many years did you play professionally? Because you were playing Magic the Gathering professionally, correct?
well, because I the first time I gave it a try, I succeeded, right? Because I went to the Pro Tour, even though I didn't do well there. But I mean, the next year, '97, I won another qualifier tournament here in Mexico to go to a Pro Tour in Chicago, which I did go there. So what ended up happening is that we had like a player community start shaping up here in Mexico, and out of those, I don't know, must have been like maybe 100, maybe 200 players at the time. Um, the better players started like forming the elite group of winners. We were like it was always like almost always the same five people winning the tournaments. You know what I mean? Like there was this guy, he was the best. He always won everything, and his name was Gerardo Godinez. Uh, There was this other guy named Gustavo, Enric. I was a part of that group. We always just like started winning all the qualifiers, because I mean the qualifier tournaments were like the only thing that you wanted to win. Like there were no like Friday Night Magic or like like small let's play so we can win some cards. Like you wanted to win the tournament so you could go play the pro tour. That's the
Let me put something into a context to our American audience. Magic the Gathering was extremely elite. First of all, because you needed to speak a different language. Not everyone in Mexico have as an English as Alexander. Everyone, I mean, the guy is white, right? And he can be Jake Cousin, right? So my point is like not everyone. So you needed to have a status to play at once. Second, the people that they were throwing this contest, right? They, without noticing, they create a community, and this community was the one that it was traveling together, not just to the pre-qualifier. They were traveling around the world together.
Oh, I made
So for
I made some of my best friends playing Magic. Like
I didn't play Magic. What are you talking about?
not you, but I mean a couple of
Sorry.
other.
But just to put in a context, remember that the dollar is being almost double or 30% always more expensive than the peso. So buying a deck was real expensive.
Yeah.
This might sound crazy, and probably I don't know the exact rate because we're talking about 1996, 1994. But buying a deck was equal to a minimum wage for a month in Mexico City.
Stop wasting your time on manually editing your videos. The secret AI tool will do the work for you. One of the best things about it is that it gives your video the potential to go viral. Visit this page, sign in, create a project by clicking on this button. Choose a video that you want to use. Click on the AI clip button. Wait for the magic. It is scanning through the video and looking for the parts that has the potential to go viral. Instead of editing the video by yourself, it does the work for you. It even generates headline and captions which fit your video. Another surprise is that they generate video description or social post for you to use. Once done, click Export to Post.
It is expensive. I mean, it is an expensive hobby, and I mean, you have to be able to put in the expenses. Like that's just a facet.
Where was the farthest play from Mexico that you ever played?
I actually went to Japan twice. Like the first time I went to Japan, I didn't qualify for the tournament. It was in '99. We went there for the World Championship. I didn't qualify, but my friends did, and I just wanted to go with them, just like to make the trip, But then in 2001, I actually qualified for another pro tour in Japan, and then I went. I didn't do well there. Like the pro tours, it's just so hard to win. Like it's just so competitive, and like Magic players, especially American players, they're so good. I mean, there's just no way to beat them. I mean, it's just real hard. Like Japanese players are real good too. But
I'm gonna throw a challenge of you two playing live in TikTok soon, just for the hell of it. You know what, Jake? You got a friend that is a really good player. You told me, right, when we were
I haven't talked to him in probably 15 years, but
I'm not gonna put you in the spot, but it's time for you to call him because I'm gonna challenge you, Jake, in TikTok. I'm gonna have my player Alexander. You're gonna have your player, the 15-year-old. I never talked to him again, guy, and we're gonna make a challenge for the people of our podcast.
If I had my old favorite deck, and I was allowed to use it because it's not even. When I used it, it wasn't even close to tournament legal. So, like now, it's probably oh boy. But that was my favorite deck ever. I got sick and tired of losing. So the whole point of this deck, you'll appreciate this, Alexander. It was mostly from the Tempest series, but it had some. It was a blue deck. The whole point of that deck was to make my opponent run out of cards.
Yeah, like Stroke of Genius, and out of the game, right?
I
Barbarian-
I did not have that one. My main weapon, I had a couple of cards that would deal damage, but they would make you discard 2 cards and put them in the graveyard right off the top of your deck. But my biggest weapon was Scalp Alexis, which was a card that if it dealt damage, you had to take the top 4 cards off the top of your deck, and if any of them had the same, you had to discard them, send them to your graveyard. But if any of them had the same name, you had to do it again.
Yeah, that's a Helm of Obedience. That's the name of the card.
Oh, Scalp Alexis was the name. It was a creature card. It wasn't a spell. But there were other ones that did it. But the whole point,
Right.
and people like I had so much fun with it because if I lost, oh well. But you were on the clock
Right.
if you were playing me because
Right.
they knew my goal wasn't to deal damage. My goal was to make you run out of cards.
Yeah.